idea why it keeps telling me that. Alright. Windibank's pawnbrokery. Because surprise, that's the crime scene. Here we are again at the scene of the crime. Because surprise, it's a crime scene. And we have permission to investigate now. Now to thrust these representation papers in Gregson's face and see what he makes of them. Probably mildly annoyed, if I had to guess. Hello, Gregson. How's your face? I have papers for it. Hello again, Inspector. Do you have a minute, please? What is it now? You should go home and get some rest. Here you are, Gregsy. Here are the representation papers. Your ladyship! How? We went and asked real nice. I don't believe it. How the devil did you get that stubborn little ragabash to sign that? We asked real nice. I salute you. That is good work, that is. See, you've been very busy here as well. How about some tea? It's a special blend designed to relieve fatigue. I don't know why I was thinking reduce. Ah, lovely. Well, let's see now. Yes, I hardly feel tired at all. Fit as a fiddle, your ladyship. Would it be alright if we investigated the scene of the crime, then? Do as you please. You know where it happened. Through that door behind the counter. Well, yeah. The storeroom. Yeah, where things are stored. It's where I discovered Mr. Windibank. Gina. Can I investigate other things as well? Because I am incredibly curious about that broken what's-its on the floor. Right. Well, I'll be getting back to business then. Will you be investigating in the storeroom as well, Inspector? If I'm perfectly honest, we need to wrap this up before long. Can't afford to spend too much time on it. There are so many articles to go through, it's taking forever. Even with the lads working round the clock. Which is a problem. There's another case the Garrett needs to investigate urgently. That must be what Lord Strongheart meant by far more serious matters before. So what I'm saying is, don't get under my feet, sunshine. Come then, let us not waste any time. Well, if I'm not supposed to get underfoot. It's so tantalizing. Oh. So tantalizing. There's broken. There's the article ledger here, Mr. Windibank's notes, and looks as though someone has left a little photographic print behind. Of a cat! Look on the back, there's some writing. Is there? Oh, show us, Susie! Show us! February, 10:30 p.m. Article deposited, 1 gentleman's overcoat. Loan amount paid, £1. Redemption deadline, 15th April, 10:30 p.m. A gentleman's overcoat pawned for £1. Surely it was a very fine coat. In fact, I think... Yes, this must be the ticket for the overcoat that Ginny redeemed yesterday. What is the bloody fingerprint? And is still wearing. Which belonged to McGilded. Never have expected the redemption ticket to be handwritten on the back of a photograph, though. Seems Mr. Windbank just used whatever piece of paper he happened to have to hand. Kitty. This photograph of a cat. Looks very familiar, doesn't it? I'm sure I've seen this exact same picture somewhere else recently. Oh, yes, you're right. Very recently. It's the same as the one Ginny gave us earlier. Of course, I was forgetting she gave us that print. What are you waiting for then, Mr. Naruhodo? Get it out. All right. Let the cogs turn. Oh yeah, those are like near identical. They go in the machine to the 3D machine. They go in the 3D machine. I can tell. Wonder if that's what Iris is about to tell us. Is that they go in the 3D machine. I've got it. These 2 photographs hide an amazing secret. A secret? What does she mean? It had a different name than the 3D machine, but like they're 2 identical photographs, and you sort of unfocus your eyes and you see them overlap each other, and it comes out in 3D. And I forgot the name. So you must tell us, Iris, at once. Wow, Susato, forceful, aren't you? Do you really, really, really want to know? Would we have asked if we didn't? Gosh, something in my eye. Yes, we need to tell you all you know. Tell us all you know about this pair of photographs. Well, let's chat about the pictures then. So, Iris, about these 2 photographic prints. The one we found here on Mr. Windibank's counter and the one Gina gave us before. What is this amazing secret you mentioned that's hidden behind these 2 identical prints? Actually, that's not quite right. What, the identical part? Sorry? If you look carefully, the 2 prints aren't the same. Not exactly. Well, yeah, in one the cat is looking slightly more to the left. Have another look at them now. It's like one the cat is looking head on, and the other it's just like ever so slightly to the left. You see, they're just slightly different from each other. I think so. It's very subtle, though. But what's the reason for the subtle difference between the 2 prints? Ah, well, it's because they're a set, you see. And they go in the 3D machine that's over there. No, I don't. Sorry. This pair of photographs is meant to be used in a stereoscope. That is the name of the device that I could not remember. So, stereoscope is the name of the thing. And I figured that out. I'm smarter than Mr. Naruhodo. Aha. Ah, a stereoscope. Why do I feel as though I've heard that word before recently? Because you have. Because there's one in this pawn shop. Oh, yes! That's what Mr. Sholmes showed us yesterday. In this very pawn shop. You see? There it is, just over there. Ah, yes, of course. That magical machines that makes pictures look almost real enough to touch. Well, actually, it's quite possible to see the same depth in pictures even without one of those contraptions. You gotta just slightly unfocus your eyes and like at a certain distance. Well, that's how it works for me. And even then it doesn't work for very long. At least for me. That's my only problem with like optical illusions and stuff is if I try to see it, I cannot see it. And even then if I blink myself even slightly out of the optimum state, it's gone. Here, what? Really? Do you know how a pair of flat photographic prints can appear to have any depth in the first place? It's how your eyeballs work. No, I have no idea. Oh, wonderful. Then I'll be able to tell you. She's over the moon. Bless her. Should we let her explain, though? We really need to carry on investigating this scene. I, for one, simply have to know. We're gonna find out. Are y'all ready to learn a science? Have you ever considered, Runa, how our eyes see depth in the world around us? Well, I just open them and it works. The reason it works is because we have 2 eyes. Wow. 2 eyes. Shocking. If you try closing just one eye at a time, I think you'll see straight away. You lose all sense of depth perception. What you see with your left eye and what you see with your right eye are ever so slightly different. You get a different view with each eye. The position of objects seems to shift slightly. Exactly. And in your head, your brain uses that shift to estimate depth as it merges the 2 views into one. That's why people who only have one functioning eye have really poor depth perception unless they've learned to account for it. Which really depends on how long they've been missing the eye. And that's how we can sense depth in everything we see. My brain really is amazing, isn't it? It does so much without telling me. I think I see. So the pair of photographs consist of a left eye view and a right eye view. Is that right? Oh, well done, Susie. You're so quick. So if you can persuade your brain to merge the two pictures together in your head, you'd be able to see depth in these prints. Yes, Bruno, you're beginning to understand. And a stereoscope's function is to act as your brain and allow you to do just that? Yes, but as long as you have two images, two eyes, and one brain, you can actually do it yourself without needing a stereoscope at all. Let's try it. Let's see if you can view this pair of prints without the help of a stereoscope. Oh yes, I'm dying to have a go. Susato-san really loves this kind of thing. You need to be able to cross your eyes. That's the main thing. Can you both do that? I think I can. That's probably why I have to like slightly unfocus my eyes, is because I can't actually cross them. Watch me and see if you can copy. Make your eyes do this. Alright, let me try. Are you ready, Mr. Naruhodo? There, how's that? Wonderful, now it's your turn, Runo. The trick is to concentrate on looking at the bridge of your nose. Wow, words. Bridge of your nose with both eyes at the same time. Not exactly an easy task when two people are staring at you cross-eyed. Alright, that's enough practice. Let's try looking at the prints. Start by staring at one print and slowly crossing your eyes. You should see two overlapping images like this. You try it now, Runo. Just gonna have to give it a try, I suppose. Did the print split into two images for you? Now the next step. No, okay, nope, can't get it. Prints should slowly merge together until you've got a three-dimensional cat. They form a new single image in the center. Oh, yes! Mr. Naruhodo, it works! I can see it in the middle now. Looks so real. Oh, I could look at it all day. Yeah, you have fun with that. I wouldn't advise that. Your eyes might start to hurt. Your turn, Runo. Pretend you're looking through the two pictures and slowly cross your eyes. Like, hey, would you like to practice looking at a stereoscopic image? But, like, they do not work for me, so... There, you managed it, so now you know how stereoscopic images work. I know how they work, I just can't do it! I am physically incapable. Something in either the way my brain or my eyes work is slightly askew from the norm. Because like I said, optical illusions only work on me for like 5 seconds. Like that stuff where it's like, oh wow, look at all these squares and they're wavy. 5 seconds. and then I, like, click out of it somehow. Like, I have no idea what's going on with that. Look at all these squares, and they're wavy. And I look at them, and they're wavy for a second. And then they straighten themselves out. Or like oh wow, stare at this, and then look at a wall, and it'll be pink. And I do that, and then I blink, and it's gone. Well, I don't know who discovered it, but it really is extraordinary. Alright. What do you think of these stereoscopic prints then, Runa? So, that was your dose of science for the day, I suppose. They're certainly amazing, but it isn't easy to get the knack of viewing them properly. Especially if you can't go cross-eyed. Like, I have no idea why I can't, but I cannot. No, some people find it easier than others. Well, apparently some people find it easier than others, so apparently it's perfectly normal that you can't. Stereoscopic images. Funky. That's why contraptions like this exist, for people who find it tricky. Oh, I recognize that. We saw one over there yesterday, didn't we? Oh, yeah. If I remember correctly, you press this little knob here. Oh, and then you can set this pair of photographs in this stand at the back, and it's still amazing, even though I know roughly how it works now. Well, London seems to agree with you. Stereoscopes are very popular at the moment. You can find one of these folding contraptions in lots of households in the capital currently. But if these little machines are so affordable, surely there's no need to go around staring cross-eyed at pictures like you hate them. But it's much more satisfying to be able to see the effect with your very own eyes. Well, I think so in any case. Stereoscopic pictures. Never even heard of them until yesterday. We've certainly learned a lot about them, but I wonder if it's knowledge that I'll ever actually need. Well, it was knowledge I already held, so haha. Second white cat photograph. Yeah, I have a looky-loo, and then turn it over and look at the bloody fucking fingerprint. The stark red smear here appears to have been made by somebody's finger. I think it could be blood? Do you see any red mark as blood, Iris? That's a bit morbid, I think. But it's almost certainly blood, isn't it? In my expert opinion. Quote-unquote expert opinion. 10-year-olds today. Ticket that Gina brought in yesterday, having been entrusted to her by Mr. McGilded months earlier on gentleman's overcoat. The other redemption ticket was in the pocket of the coat for a small box deposited 2 days before the omnibus incident. Does that have anything to do with all of this? Do you have music boxes where you come from? Yes, but I've never seen one as large as this. Oh, well, this will be a treat. Shall we have a listen? What do you think? Isn't it a pretty sound? It's a beautiful sound, yes, but it's a little hard to enjoy when all the policemen in the room are giving you fierce looks. Never mind that. If any of them say anything, I'll tell Gregsy to have a word. Iris Wilson, Superintendent of Scotland Yard. Is there more on this table? The ledger that's open on the counter there really is enormous, isn't it? Must be an awful lot of work to keep track of all those hundreds of items in pawn. It's too much to think about. Better sell it all and have a clear head, if you ask me. Yeah, clearly Mr. Windibank was very careful when it came to the articles in his care. Alright, now that's checked. Gotta check off everything I can. Although we should probably look at the crime scene. And that door is the storeroom, isn't it? That's what Gregsy said. I wonder what's with Iris and the nicknames. Oh, Susato. Yes, and that's where I saw that dreadful scene last night. Sorry, I have a hair that is escaping where I have it tied back. It's fine. Through the little window in the door. Mr. Windibank face down on the floor, with Gina beside him. As the accused's legal representative, you have the right to examine the scene, Mr. Naruhodo. We must make a thorough investigation. Yes, of course. And we will. Behind that door, that's the real scene of the crime. Don't worry, if there are clues in there, I'll find them. Oh, and let's look at that. The shelves are where the pawnbroker puts articles that have been forfeited on display for customers to buy. Yeah, it's a really strange miscellany, isn't it? I mean, who would buy this horse statue, for example? An equestrian enthusiast. Well, sometimes you can find some real treasures among all the junk, you know. You alright, Runa? Oh, it's just, well, looks like a collection of useless junk as a whole, but when you pick out individual things, you can't help wishing you owned them. Even that horse statue. It's exactly how the pawnbroker works. They're very clever. Alright, let's glide over this way. Oh wow, it's the stereoscope. That strange contraption lets you see pictures of things as if they're right in front of your eyes. Makes you think. When Mr. Sholmes gleefully showed it to us yesterday, we were blissfully unaware that any of this was about to happen. Ah, look here! Yes, a bullet hole. I can see the bullet is still lodged in the wall. Presumably, Mr. Windibank wasn't practicing with his revolver in his spare time. Well, Mr. Sholmes likes to practice in his drawing room whenever he can. He's very patriotic like that. Or he just likes playing with guns. Sorry? It's all there in the Adventures of Herlock Sholmes, you know? Isn't that right, Iris? Ah, did I write something like that? Partly in jest, perhaps. In jest? Well, he doesn't do it often. Quite a dangerous pastime. He doesn't do it often? He shouldn't even do it once! Forget that for now, Runo. Let's examine this bullet. It is a small piece of metal that came out of a gun. What's that around the bullet hole? Is it blood? Huh. A suspicious red stain on the calendar. Aha! I may well be able to help with that. Do you have like some fucking luminol or something? What? There's nothing like the sight of blood to get the blood pumping, is there, Runo? Unhinged little 10-year-old. I have a feeling I'm not as bloody-minded as you, Iris. I'm afraid the sight of blood makes my blood run cold. There you have it. You see? When it comes to blood, we're all different types. Yes, what a scientific observation. So you need this? Oh no. What is that scary looking thing? Hurley and I haven't actually come up with a name for it yet. But as soon as you see it in action, you'll understand what it does. Watch. The color of the bloodstain has changed. It's green now. There! Does it make sense now? Not a whit. I think I'm starting to understand. Good. It works on the principle that different people have different types of blood, you see. Okay. How wonderful! The chemical it fires combines with the blood and makes it change color. Huh. So you can identify whose blood it is that you're looking at in a flash. If you have another sample, perhaps. Oh, what a fabulous invention, Iris! Isn't it? Isn't it? I bet Ginny would say it's bleedin' great. So whose blood are we looking at then? Well, all the chemical does is turn the blood a different color, so... Just find someone whose blood turns the same color and you'll know who it belongs to in a flash. Like I said, you need a second sample that you are sure of. So we either need Herlock, Windabank, or the culprit. I think. Probably Windabank. It's more like 2 flashes, really, isn't it? 1 flash or 2, this could well turn out to be a very valuable clue. So we must make a note of it in the court record. The blood sample has been entered into the court record. Wow. Let's keep testing and adding the results of any other blood analysis into the portfolio. As long as I have Regent left, sure. Actually, there's a stain on the back of that one photograph, isn't there? Yes. I think perhaps we should see if that can tell us anything. If that can tell us anything. Wow. This is a professionally made AAA game. And they have a typo. I'm sorry. I'm being fairly sure this contraption was here yesterday as well. Here we are. I'm not confident I can get it closed again. That's a folding stereoscope. Mr. Shums showed us a picture yesterday you're supposed to be able to see in 3 dimensions. For that, he used the great big contraption over there. Well, that's for use in public houses and places like that. It contains a carousel with all sorts of pictures inside. But this little thing is a much simpler design for use at home. There are special shops selling prints you can use in them. I have a little collection myself. I wonder if I can make money out of these in Japan. Be keeping my toilet sparkling clean anyway. What? I am sure that is far more of a joke in the original. Like in the original Japanese. Aha! The storeroom. Hey, look, blood. Darling Iris. I am so sorry to be taking you into a crime scene. Poor Iris, she's clammed up completely. Stop doing that! I say to myself. Iris is bound to find this difficult. Well, I mean, it is hair. It is her friend that is being blamed. After all, Mr. Windibank's life was taken in this very room only last night. Hi, Gregson. Ah! Wait, Inspector? What is it now, Sunshine? You took one look at me and tried to run away. You think a Scotland Yard inspector would run away from some jumped-up little defense lawyer, do you? Well... Never seen her ladyship looking like that before is the thing. I'm sorry, I assumed, I jumped. I didn't know what to say to her. So you weren't running away from me, you were running away from a 10-year-old. That's not much better than booking it from a defense lawyer. I'm afraid this is all a little much for young Iris. Some gentle reassurance might go a long way, perhaps, Inspector. I don't know if he does gentle reassurance, is the thing. Don't, um, don't trouble yourself unduly, your ladyship. I mean, at least you're not dead, are you? Like I said, I don't know if he does gentle reassurance all that well. If she starts crying, I'm blaming you, Gregson. I don't think that went very well. Why? Look, I'm in the middle of an investigation here, Sunshine. I told you not to get under my feet. Well, you are the one who walked in here. Directly after me. And we have investigating to do ourselves. Yes. I'd like to hear more of what the socially inept inspector has to say. Hurley. Inquire into how Mr. Sholmes' operation is going. Alright, let's have a chat. Let's get this out of the way for Iris's sake. How's Sholmes doing? Regsy, do you know anything about Hurley? Is the operation finished? Is Hurley alright? Is he? Well, the thing is, don't mince your words, Inspector. Please. You don't mean to say that Mr. Sholmes is... Well, he has to come back for a second game, so... No! The operation's done and dusted. It's just that... Well... Out with it! Yes, ma'am! They used something called a general anesthetic. It's the latest thing. Renders the whole body insensitive. Knocks you the hell out, too. Anyway. The whole body? Anesthetized? Is that even possible? Means the operation can be completed while the patient is fast asleep. Goodness, in the Empire of Japan, we can just manage to provide laughing gas for a tooth extraction. Instraction? What the fuck is an instraction? Is that even a real word? Or am I making things up? I'm making things up. I am making things up. It does sound like it could be a real word, though. Anyway. The trouble is, the latest thing isn't always the greatest thing, if you follow my meaning. They couldn't get the medication to work at first, so it took hours for him to nod off. So I hear. And now that the op's finished, they can't get him to wake up, apparently. Oh my. No one knows if it's the anesthetic still in his system or if the bloke's just plain exhausted. But anyway, all they can do is stand back and watch till he comes round again. Early. The moment he opens his eyes, your ladyship, I swear I shall get word to you. Surprise. Even in matters of life and death, Mr. Sholmes has to do things his way. Stop! I hold it just low enough and there's like a crossbar on the table and... Anyway. So, Inspector, what do you make of the crime scene here? Psh, you've got eyes, haven't you? Use them. It is what it looks like. Nothing more, nothing less. Iris, could you lend me a hand? So, Gregsy, what do you make of the crime scene here? Oh, yes, your ladyship, do allow me to humbly explain. So he's got to stick up his ass unless Iris asks. Last night, at shortly after the hour of 1 o'clock in the morning, Scotland Yard police attended the scene. The one and only door to this storeroom. Eh? Storeroom? Really? This is why my channel trailer is a bunch of, like, verbal mess-ups. The one and only door to this storeroom was found locked from the inside. So it was locked from the inside. The lock appears to be broken now, though. Was that the police officer's doing? Quite right, ma'am. Quite right. We took the liberty of smashing the door in as humbly as possible. Oh. As you can see, the victim was discovered prostrate on the floor, thuswise. And next to the aforementioned body, we discovered the vile gutter child. Oh, really? You're gonna say it like that? Are you talking about Ginny? She's my friend, you know, Inspector. Miss Lestrade, the hapless girl, was curled up on the floor, dead to the world. She's still alive, you know. Yeah, when I saw her, she appeared to be unconscious. I'm afraid to say she had the gun that was used in her hand. No. Presumably, it's the gun that's still down there on the floor now. Presumably. In her pocket, we found the key to the door as well. What? The key to this storeroom? And you say the storeroom had been locked from the inside, Inspector? Correct. All of which leaves her ladyship's friend in something of a sticky situation, I'm afraid. Obviously, my personal opinion is that all some sort of misunderstanding. Of course it is, Inspector. Of course it is. Table. Mayeth I? All the articles in this storeroom. This is the only thing that shows any sign of being ransacked. Oh my gosh, is it your manuscript? What is it, Iris? That's the box file my manuscript was being kept in. Oh, snap. Oh! Iris's unpublished story, The Hound of the Baskervilles. Surely that's not what all this... Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. Without telling you. We must check inside the box at once! There's gonna be nothing in there. Someone yoinked it. It's been yoinked! Ah! It was there! Iris's story was there! Really? It was? That is actually legit surprise. I thought someone went in there and just go, yoink? Took it. Because they heard, like, unpublished Herlock Sholmes story and went, I want to read that, I'm going to take it. That's good news, isn't it, Iris? Yes. What else was in the box? I mean, of course I believed Hurley when he said he deposited it here, but still. It's a relief to actually see it. Really? Because that's not a very well-hidden frown. Iris's manuscript. Can I read it? It's just a model of a stack of papers. The Hound of the Baskervilles. Susato, do not. How did Susato-san know the exact title of this unpublished story? A marvelous question. I suppose I'll just have to wait until she's ready to tell me. I'm so sorry. What are you sorry about, girl? Did you sneak a peek while that was still in the house? Or something? The police have marked the position of the body with a chalk line. Iris, there's blood. Do the blood thing. If it's bright green, we know what's going on. He was a nice old man. Well, he was shot just once, through the heart. Most likely the fellow died instantly. He wouldn't have felt a thing. This must be his blood, then. Ah! I don't like to ask at such a wretched time, Iris, but I wonder if, perhaps... Perchance we can check the color of the blood. Oh. So now we know the color the chemical turns when it reacts with Mr. Windibank's blood. Which is different than what was all the calendar. Well, now we need to find out what color Herlock's is. And it doesn't match our analysis of the bloodstain we found in the main shop. No, but let's add this sample to the others we've already collected anyways. The others, we haven't checked the thing yet. I should check that real quick while I'm thinking about it. So, Iris. Shall we goop the... Mr. Naruhodo, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's something rather troubling here. I've noticed. The red smear, you mean? Yes, it looks like blood, doesn't it? Wondered if Susato-san had picked up on that. Well, in that case, we need Iris. Should show this to her before we forget. Now, there's still a second, look-see. Iris? Don't worry. I'm alright. But we must find the true culprit. Yes, absolutely. This is a revolver. A real one. Good gosh, boy, calm down. And quite possibly the murder weapon used to take Mr. Windibank's life. A paria. It was a murder. There's a murder weapon. What's the matter, Susie? You and Runo look like you're about to faint. Well, it's just that I've rarely seen a gun in the flesh. Oh yeah, because Japan doesn't really buy into the whole guns thing. I've had issues with guns in the past. But anyway, we saw Mr. Windibank with this yesterday, didn't we? I shall have to take my own life? I wonder if he took his own life? Must be the same gun. And last night, when I looked through the spy hole in the door to the storeroom here, it was in Gina's hand. It was the same gun I saw in Gina's hand. Mr. Windibank told us that he only ever had a single bullet loaded in his revolver, didn't he? Well, it's empty now. The one and only bullet he had in his gun has been fired. So we can be fairly certain that only a single shot was fired from this revolver. But the people in the main room had guns too, didn't they? Look at all these articles that have been deposited. The room is stuffed full of them. I can't believe how many there are. A bicycle, a gramophone, musical instruments, even some enormous paintings. Look! Pieces of different people's lives quietly gathering dust in here together. Something very peaceful about the atmosphere in here. At least there would be, if not for the chalk outline on the floor. And the policeman shuffling around. Hi, hello. Not much I can do about that, sunshine. Alright, I have checked the everything. Do you have any other topics of conversation? You do not? No idea why my model's freaking out, but let's, back to the main shop. Oh, Iris! Blood. Oh, that looks like blood! Shall we... I'd say it's from a gloved finger. Almost certainly a glove made of leather. No idea how you can tell that, but go for it. Well, don't worry, Bruno. You can leave the rest to me. Well, that's a different color entirely. That's a color we haven't seen before, isn't it? We simply must add it to the portfolio of blood samples. It could be an important clue. It could be, if we could find out whose blood it is. Exactly. Would be nice to find out whose blood these different colors correspond to at some point. Well, this particular stain of blood... Oh, you've had an idea, haven't you? Do you know whose blood this is? Runo might, but... Although if it came off a leather glove... there is potential. Because there would have been blood on McGilded's gloves, right? I am not very sure of myself. It was 2 months ago now, that case. Of course, I'd never met the victim, so I'm struggling to remember his name. He was definitely thrice fired, though. Of the omnibus case? His name was indeed thrice fired Mason. That would mean that this bloodstain was left on the ticket 2 months ago. I think it was. Gina brought this ticket here to Windibanks yesterday. I'm suggesting bloodstain was already on it at that time. So it's a smear of blood from the time that Mr. Mason was killed 2 months ago. Why do I have itch right here? Anyway. Irrelevant. Something else is coming back to me now. Mr. McGilded was also wearing leather gloves. Hey! I ask yous, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fella bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about me gloves now, was I? Reached out to give the man a hand. Certainly does look like a leather glove thumbprint, this mark. You know, Mr. McGilded had had no injuries at the time, anywhere on his body. From which we can conclude that any blood on the glove belonged to the victim. You sound just like Mr. Sholmes. Well, given the amount of times I've spent correcting his deduction shows. Minus the quirky slip-ups, I hope. Yes, I think you're right, Runo. Very well, let's make a note of this. Well, now we know what color bright frickin' pink is. So that is the box one. Inspector, what do you make of this? Ah, what have we here then? A redemption ticket for an article deposited here, is it? Like someone ran out of office stationery and wrote the ticket on whatever paper was to hand. Yeah, this is the ticket for McGilded's overcoat, one the little diver turned up with yesterday. Oh, actually, no, it's not. Really? Think you know better than me, do you? Well, I know because I've actually read it. No, I didn't mean to, Bruno's right, Gregsy. It isn't the same ticket. Of course it isn't. Of course it isn't. I never doubted you, your ladyship. So, what's all this about then, if I might be so bold as to ask? This is a second ticket. A second one? It seems Mr. McGilded in fact had another article in storage here in Windibanks. Is that right? I think we need to discuss this further with the inspector, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, good. Because he's ever so easy to talk to. Well, I mean, for Iris he is. The second redemption ticket. This ticket was in one of the pockets of Mr. McGilded's overcoat. You mean to tell me? Yes, there was more than just the music box disc, it seems. I mean, that guy did say something about a second article. So, like, should have insisted on the lads taking it back to the yard and examining it properly. Well, according to the details on this ticket, Mr. McGilded deposited another article here with Mr. Windibank. I can see it written here. A small box, was it? I see a small box in the background. Can we look at it? Do you have any idea where it is, Gregsy? Any at all? It's another article belonging to Mr. McGilded. It could be an important clue. Well, yes, I suppose it could be. Please stop looking at me with those big turquoise eyes, all full of hope and expectation. It's too much pressure. I'll lose my marbles, I will. I'll go barking. This is no time for dog impressions, Inspector. It's enough sauce from you, sunshine. There is one thing that springs to mind. According to this ticket, the redemption deadline's already passed, hasn't it? Oh yes, of course. Articles are only held for 2 months. So the small box will no longer be in here then? That's right, it's been forfeited. Which means it could be on the shelves in the front of the shop where forfeited items are offered for sale. Yes, the shelves in the front. We must search them at once. You're wasting your time. Oh. There are dozens of little boxes out there. Hundreds even. We can't possibly know which one might have been McGilded's. That information's not written in the ledger. Ugh. Well, I think we should at least have a look, just in case. Of course, your ladyship, of course. Very sensible of you, I'm sure. This is getting old. It was old the first time, I think. Dong, dong. Ah! Nearly jumped out of my skin there. How could Mr. Windibank set such a wicked trap? I think Mr. Windibank was just trying to track time. I doubt he set out to scare anyone. Is that really the time? I think perhaps we should pay Gina another visit soon. Oh? Her trial is tomorrow. We must establish whether or not you'll be defending her. I think we should ask her one more time. She may have changed her mind. Don't you remember, Runa? You told her she could rip up the representation papers if she didn't want you to be her lawyer. Really? Did I say that? Yes, you did. The deadline for submitting the paperwork is fast approaching. In that case, we better hurry back to the prison and talk to Gina again. Well, let's go. There we go. All the things are happening. Hi, Gina. Ah, Gina. Good, you're back. I don't think she's gone anywhere. Cause this is a prison. Anyway. Ah! Police must have finished questioning her then. Oh, right. She went for questioning. I forgot. Oh, how was it, Jenny? Was it awful? Didn't bother me. Thank you for the papers you signed before. It meant we were able to investigate at Windbanks. Oh, right. Weh. Don't you want to know how we got on? We've been ever so busy. What's the point in asking? Won't change what everyone's saying. That I did it. That's not... Gina, we came to ask for your final decision. What decision? About tomorrow's trial? Will you let me defend you or not? I must submit the paperwork now if you'd like Mr. Naruhodo to represent you. Right. I see. Really lost her fight all of a sudden. But I know what that feels like. The worry is just so hard to bear. Shall we have a chat? Oh, all right then. Blimey, give it a rest with them eyes, Iris. Come on then, fill us in. Who done it? Well, we're not sure yet, is the thing. We are fairly on board with the idea that it wasn't you. Because, like, you were unconscious? Unfortunately, we don't know that yet. You don't say. We don't know yet, Gina. But Mr. Naruhodo, and all of us, know that you're innocent of this crime. And while we haven't yet managed to work out who the real culprit is, there are a number of interesting facts we've managed to establish. Oh yeah? Like what? Well, for example, the reason for you being there in the first place. I think I know now why you broke into Windibank's that night. Oh, she was checking to see if Iris's manuscript was there. Looks like I'm going to have to take some evidence that clearly reveals the reason. Thrust it in Gina's face. Or I could present it to her calmly, I suppose. We already have the representation papers and other documents we need. All we have to do is hand them to the court clerk. That is, if you'll allow me to represent you in court tomorrow. Nah, don't bother. Ginny? Rip them up and chuck them, would ya? Them representation papers, or whatever they're called. Cell ain't fancy enough to have a bin. So what will you do in court tomorrow? Be fine on my own. I don't think you will be. Look, it don't matter. What's gonna happen is gonna happen. This is one stubborn pickpocket. Alright, let's play presentation. Present. We found this in Mr. Windibank's storeroom. The manuscript of Iris's latest story. Ah! Oh, right. Well, that's good then. Curiously, the storeroom at Windibank's showed no sign of being ransacked for items of value or the like. With one exception. The box file that housed this manuscript. It was you, wasn't it, Gina, who broke open the box containing this manuscript last night? Eh? You were determined to find out whether or not the Hound of the Baskervilles was really there. That's the real reason you broke into the storeroom last night, isn't it? Why don't you tell us what happened? Please. Alright, yeah, the Baskerville story. It's the latest Sholmes adventure, right? But it ain't been printed yet. So I figure it gotta be worth a fair few pieces of silver, right? Oh yes, at least 5,000 pounds. What? So, you intended to sell Iris's manuscript, did you? Oh, Ginny, how could you? What? Wait, no, hang on. Of course I weren't gonna sell it. All I wanted to do was find out if the mantle script, or whatever you call it, was really there or not. That's the only reason I was in the place. For Iris's sake. Isn't that right? Ah. We knew why you'd done it from the start, Gina. Of course we did. But I knew you wouldn't do anything mean like that, Ginny. I just knew it. Well, when I saw the manuscript in the storeroom, it reminded me of what you'd said the night before. Flashback. Grown-ups do a lot worse than that. Believe me. Bare-faced liars, the lot of them. Just ain't realized it yet. Telling you, that mantle script ain't at Windibank's. You'd soon see if you had a look. If I'm honest, I have wondered if Hurley's telling me the truth sometimes. Yeah, I sometimes wonder if he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere. Somewhere I don't know. Even though it's wrong of me to doubt him. Ginny, that was so sweet of you. Right, alright. I'll tell you why I did it. Stop looking at me like that, Iris. Reason for breaking in weren't because of Iris. That's not why I did it. I just wanted to know the truth. That's all. You wanted to know if Mr. Sholmes was being honest? If he'd really deposited the manuscript at Windibank's? Like I told you the night before, I'd never had a father. But Iris's lot ain't like mine. She's got her dad, only she can't see him. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah? And I reckon that's gotta be harder. That's why she writes her stories. They're about her dad, really. What it sounded like to me, anyway. Last night when I was listening to what you were saying. Stories about Daddy? You mean they're not the adventures of a great detective, so much as the adventures of a great detective and his trusty partner? Well, that's how I see it, yeah. So thoughtful, so kind, Ginny. Yes, we never thought any differently, did we? Look, give it a rest, will ya? I hate all this chummy nonsense. Do you hear? I hate it. I don't trust no one, right? That's how I work. 'Cause if you don't trust no one can let you down. Leave me alone. Go on. Scarper. I hadn't noticed until now, but it's unmistakable. Right there on both sleeves of that overcoat. Are some very suspicious red stains. What? Why are you looking at me like that? I think it might be worth presenting some of our other findings in that area to Gina now. Let's get presenty. Presenty! Those stains on the sleeves of your new coat, Gina. They're blood, aren't they? Not that I know whose blood yet. What? Blood, Mr. Naruhodo? You don't appear to have any obvious wounds yourself, though. So, could it be blood that splattered from Mr. Windibank when he was shot last night? Let's not beat around the bush here. This trusty friend of mine will get results much faster than anything else. Take it easy, Iris. Don't move, Ginny. I'm gonna shoot. Well, now you know how it feels. Oh my! What the? Forget the sleeves! The whole coat is covered in blood. Of course! The black color of the fabric was masking the stains. That's why we haven't seen them until now. And the blood has reacted with the chemical to turn a purple color, which matches one of the samples we've already collected perfectly. Yes, now let's see. Who had the purple blood? Aha! Yes, it was the brickmaker, Mr. Mason, victim of the murder case 2 months ago. I knew it. What are you all on about? The victim? What do you mean? It's a rather uncomfortable situation, Mr. Naruhodo, but I think this makes things quite clear. It means the omnibus case is finally solved. The truth about who really murdered the brickmaker, Mr. Mason, is revealed. Well, that doesn't help us with what's going on now. Would someone explain what's going on? Stop telling half a story. No, we're being quite mean to her. Sorry. I don't mean to be mean to you. Well, let's have a chat. We can see now the victim's blood is all over Mr. McGilded's overcoat. But in the trial 2 months ago, the defendant said this in his testimony. Now I ask yous, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fella bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about me gloves now, was I? Reached out to give the man a hand. But if you look at this overcoat now, it's clear. These stains couldn't have arisen from Mr. McGilded trying to pull the victim to his feet. Stabby stab. That was what had really happened. The blood wouldn't have splashed all over the front of the coat. The only explanation for this pattern of blood, stabby stab, that it splattered over McGilded's coat when he stabbed the victim in the stomach. Stab, stab. Oh, and he probably had the knife in both hands, which is why the cuffs are all got. Now, see, explaining the omnibus case does not really help with the current shooting situation. Tried to run from the truth for long enough, but there's no escaping it now. I've defended a murderer! Oh! Anyway. The true culprit in that case, Mr. Mason's killer, Magnus McGilded. That's why he was so, cackly when he got off. Mr. Naruhodo. That horrible case is solved at last. And I helped the man walk free from that trial. I used all that twisted testimony and sham evidence to prove his innocence. How could I have let that happen? I don't know. Did you believe him, though? Did you believe Mr. McGilded was innocent? I believed, or rather, I think I was trying to believe. I wanted to. Because believing in those you represent in court is a defense lawyer's greatest weapon. A weapon? Before we came to Great Britain, a great friend of mine taught me a valuable lesson. You mean Kazuma-sama? Listen, Ryunosuke. We lawyers are only human. We can't know for sure what's the truth and what's a lie. Which is why we must resort to our primary weapon. An unwavering belief in our clients. That's all we really have. Unwavering belief? Only when we truly believe what our clients tell us can we fight with everything we have for their cause. In any battle, there can be no victory without faith. So, I believe you, unwaveringly. It's been a while since that. What's funny, Gina? Oh, sounds like in this empire of Japan you come from, everyone must be soft. Well, come on. Look at the mess it got you into, believing in that bog trotter. Yes, I inadvertently helped a murderer walk free. Well, at least you've learnt your lesson now, eh? Believing in people's never worth it. Someone always stabs you in the back at the end. As soon as you let down your guard, you've had it. Take a leaf out of my book. Believe no one, get hurt by no one. Gina, may I ask you something? What? I'd just like to make absolutely sure. What would you like us to do with these representation papers for tomorrow's trial? How many times do I have to say it? Rip them up and chuck them away. Are you really sure that's what you want? But that's what he wants and all now. Mr. I'm a believer lawyer over there. Did it with me in that trial 2 months ago. I led everyone up the garden path, didn't I? You're telling me you can believe in me after that? Not likely. It is a defense lawyer's greatest weapon. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, a lawyer's primary weapon is an unwavering belief in his clients. Ultimately, it comes down to whether or not I feel I can trust Gina after everything's happened. Well, I personally trust her because she was blackmailed. If she wasn't blackmailed, I think she would have told the truth. I trust her. Because a lawyer's weapon is unwavering belief in their client. So, I trust her. Please, allow me to represent you in tomorrow's trial. Eh? Are you half-baked? Not at all. You've not once admitted to committing the crime, have you? What's more, I believe you're telling me the truth. Seriously, Mr. Naruhodo. Didn't you hear all of what I'd said before? I'm a born liar. Fibs just tripped me tongue. And I'm a diver, don't forget. I pulled the wool over your eyes 2 months ago and got you into all sorts of trouble. Why would you ever trust me now? I just don't get it. Gina, I do understand why you chose not to put your trust in others. But I assure you, there's more to this life than you yet realize. do you mean? The world we live in is full of people you would do very well to trust. People who won't ever let you down. Like Iris. Iris is your friend, is she not? Eh? It's true that I'm just a student of law and I'm certainly lacking in courtroom experience. But I can promise you this. Whatever happens, and until my very last breath, I am completely on your side. What what do you expect me to say to that? Then it's decided. I will take these papers now and carry out the necessary preparations for tomorrow's trial. It would be a shame to throw them away now after it's been penned with your name so beautifully. Do what you like. Eastern Lauder, or I don't know what you are. I don't get ya. Yay, we're going to be representing Gina. Gina's taken herself off to the back of her cell. She'd never admit it, but I hope she's feeling relieved. That turned out all right in the end. I think. Whoever's hiding there, show yourself at once. Eavesdropping is the height of cowardice. Miss Susato? Somebody's there, in the shadows. I can sense it. What? Blimey. You're sharp, eh? Oh, it's Gregson. I suppose you were using one of those mystic Japanese art. The art of stealth I've heard so much about. That was being stealthy. It was you, Inspector. Gregsy! Oh, dear me, I am most terribly sorry, your ladyship. I didn't mean to startle you. How long have you been listening in on our conversation? Good grief, listening in? No, no, no. I just got word there were some visitors who were refusing to leave, even though it was after hours. I assure your ladyship I only just arrived, this very minute, not a moment earlier. That's all it is, nothing untoward, nothing at all. After hours? Is it that late already? So then, I'll humbly excuse myself now, your ladyship. Ta-ta, toodaloo, cheerio, all the best, bye-bye and bye. That's a lot of farewells, then. Not one of them appropriate for her ladyship. Oh, but I wanted to have a chat. I'm terribly sorry, but time is pressing at the minute. Oh, I see. That's a shame. If I don't get this emergency at the Supreme Court dealt with sharpish, Lord Strongheart will, well, emergency? Lord Strongheart? Nothing. Forget I said anything. Anyway, I'm off. Alright, Gregsy, if you have to. But let's chat soon. Delighted, charmed, can't wait, if you please. My pleasure. It's a lot of pleasantries, and not one of them sounded sincere. Gregsy's so funny. He says such silly things. Certainly entertaining to see an inspector of the police force fawning to a 10-year-old girl. But anyway, I wonder what this emergency is at the Supreme Court. I must attend the account clerk's office now before it closes. Yes, of course. Thank you, Miss Sasata. Kindly escort Iris home now, Mr. Naruhodo. I shall meet you there later. And so our investigation came to an end. Susato-san went to file the necessary papers for my defense of Gina the following day, and then it hit me. I could no longer suppress the wretched feeling that had been gnawing away at my insides. Tomorrow, Susato-san would be leaving Britain and making her way back to Japan. Oof. 16th April, 11:13 p.m. Legal consultancy. Naruhodo-san, it's been a very trying day, hasn't it? I hope you're not too exhausted. How about you, Susato-san? Today has been even more trying for you, I'm sure. Alright, that sneeze didn't exist. Mr. Sholmes was shot before our eyes, Gina was arrested, all on the back of the news that her father has fallen ill and she must return to Japan at once. I hope your father recovers soon. Thank you for your kind words. I wonder why it is that so many thoughts rage in my head like a storm. And yet, I seem unable to find the words to express any of them. I know exactly what you mean. Anyway, I have one final task to complete as your judicial assistant. Once that is done, I shall make preparations for my departure tomorrow. One final task? Well, let's go over all of these then. It's just 2 months since we arrived in London. We've managed to establish this office. I was finally feeling as though we were settling in. Well, probably because we were, but you have to go back. I would be lying if I said I felt no regret. So sorry, Sasato-san. It's just so sudden. I really don't know what to think. I've had no time to gather my thoughts. I know we've only been here a short time, but in my limited experience of the courtroom, I feel I've learned something. And what would that be? It seems to me there are many facets to people's personalities. Facets? And like a jewel, the light plays off them in complex patterns, illuminating their actions and their motives. But we see only a small number of the total facets. And what's illuminated is only a part of the whole story. What lies in the shadows? What do those facets we cannot see look like? Perhaps there are some parts we'll never lay eyes on for as long as we live. Okay, so what does this jewel metaphor have to do with? That's so true. Glad it's true. Sometimes I feel as though I'm blind to so much. Probably are. But I keep hoping that one day it will all become clear. All the facets will be illuminated and I'll finally understand how everything fits together. Naruhodo-san. I suppose what matters is that we keep our eyes open and keep moving forward. even if the way sometimes seems dark. It's amazing to think it's been just 2 months. And our first day here, we got caught up in a murder case. You've grown so much. Sorry, I've what? Oh, no, it was nothing. Unimportant. Tomorrow's departure. Do you know what time you'll leave London in the morning? Yes, I picked up my ticket earlier. Oh, death. I shall be leaving here at 4 a.m. Oh, gosh, that's early. I see. Well, I'll escort you to the station. Absolutely not. Sorry? I'm sure you realize why I couldn't possibly let you do that. You have a very important day ahead of you tomorrow. Gina's trial. Yes, I know, but every word you utter will have the potential to determine Gina's fate. You must get as much rest as possible. Even though, like me, I'm sure you will find it hard to sleep. But please, for me, do try. Alright, what is your one final task? You mentioned one final task a moment ago. What did you mean? Oh my, I nearly forgot. Please, I want you to have this. What is that? Some huge bundle of documents? It's my notes from the case 2 months ago. The murder that was committed on the omnibus. The McGilden case. It seems to me this case of Mr. Windibank's murder, of which Gina is accused, is very much tied up with that omnibus case, in ways that are not yet completely apparent. So I took the liberty of consolidating my writings about the case for you. With everything else she's had to think about, Susato-san still managed to do this, all neatly laid out for me in her beautiful handwriting. It was my pleasure. I can only hope it'll bolster your case tomorrow for Gina. Thank you so much, Susato-san. I will do my best to use it wisely. You really are the best judicial assistant in the world. Well, that's extremely flattering. But I'm sorry to say that I've been a complete failure. How? Sorry, I didn't quite catch what you said there. Oh, ignore me. I was just mumbling to myself. The McGilded case notes. Woohoo! Well, it's getting rather late. I think you should go to bed now, Naruhodo-san. I must finish packing my things in my room. Susato-san, I wish you the very best of luck tomorrow. Good night. Wait, there's something I need to say. Hey! Really? You're about to leave. You just had to get one more fucking Susato takedown going? Was that a secret technique of mine? The Susato shutdown? Ah, I see. You were done with this conversation then, I take it. Shutdown? please. I implore you. If we have to voice our goodbyes, I won't be able to hold back my tears. Okay, bye. Sato-san. It truly had been a trying day. On our feet for hours, getting Gina to open up to us, learning the truth about that nemesis of a case. Physically and mentally, I was exhausted. And yet, the idea of sleep seemed impossible. But I forced myself to close my eyes. And as a cacophony of scenes of our lives in London played through my mind, stop hitting that button! Eventually, my fatigue triumphed. I fell into a deep sleep. Sleepy, sleepy. Sleepy, sleepy. Go to sleep. Shush. We have a case tomorrow. 17th April. The Small Hours. St. Sinner's Hospital. Ward 3. Oh, we getting some Herlock? Also, I love that it's the small hours. It's not specifying. It's the wee hours of the morning. Yes, I quite understand. That is a great weight off my mind. Rest assured, I shall put everything in place exactly as we have discussed. Thank you so much. It has been an honor and a pleasure to be acquainted with you, Mr. Sholmes. On the contrary, the pleasure has been mine. I bid you farewell, and Godspeed. My dear madam. Oh, snap. Snap. Susato and Sholmes. They're conspiring. To be continued. I know it's a wee bit shy of the 2-hour mark, but I will be wrapping up on that to be continued. I will read you all in on some fun facts about my life. So, next week, I will be attempting to keep to the schedule as best as I can, which does mean Monday, more Persona 5 Royal. Let's see about this food critic fella. Not Royal, Phantom X. My brain just auto-filled there. I'm sorry. Food critic, Phantom X. Let's go. After next week, I will be starting a new job, which will throw off the schedule entirely. I will try and still keep up with the streaming on my days off and stuff, but after next week, schedule's gone. It's in the wind. So, my streams will be pleasant surprises to everybody, including me. So, that is the news. I will see everyone Monday. And after next week, the sign off will be I'll see everyone next time. And with the scheduling being gone, it won't be like neat Monday I do this, Wednesday I do this. It'll be whatever I'm feeling like that day, pretty much. So, after next week, there are no more neat, organized boxes, no more schedule. It'll be, I am streaming, and whatever I'm streaming is what you get. After I settle more into a schedule with the job, if I do, then I'll start putting up a schedule again. But for now, for the time being, next week will be the last scheduled week. So, I'll see everyone Monday for Persona 5 Phantom X. And next Friday, we shall continue this unspeakable story. Wednesday, I know this Wednesday I threw off, like, oh, am I going to do Majora's Mask? Am I going to do a ROM hack? Next Wednesday, I'm doing a ROM hack. You will see what when I get to it. All right. See everyone Monday. As we go to find out about this frickin' food critic who I think is doing some blackmail, perhaps.